We're going to walk through how to add activity records to this Delaware Watershed Conservation Fund Pact. To add activity records directly into the Pact, we're going to go over to the Activities tab. In this tutorial, we'll add them one by one. First, let's start with a record that does not actually have an activity type. So, for example, let's call this activity So I always like to use the activity type that's going to be happening and the location in my activity name. Next, we're going to use the edit activity icon. And if you need to double check, you can look at the activity type list to see the ones that are available within the Delaware program. To narrow it down, you can always search by Delaware Watershed Conservation Fund, and you can scroll through what's here. It's going to match what's in the materials that you were provided by the NFWF team. So if you don't see anything that matches what you're doing, you can close out of this list and there's skip this selection process altogether. You want to go straight to the geometry. And here you want to put in a point, line, or polygon that's going to represent the location where the work will take place. So when you are doing a project like a community service project where or community engagement where there may not be a specific area, you are more than welcome to use the point to just give a ballpark area or polygon to achieve that same goal, but you do want to put a geometry type here. So in this tutorial, I just clicked the point and I'm just going to place it on the map in Trenton. I'm going to click outside of that point in order to save it. Next, we're going to go to the metrics section. Here we're going to select the Pact name, and then the add metrics is going to appear. And here all of the metrics that are associated with this funding opportunity will appear. And you can scroll through and find the ones that are aligned with the activity that you are installing. So for example, a community service program, you might have number of people with changed behavior, number of public education events. Once they're selected, you're going to enter into here the planned target outcome. This is what you intend to achieve at the end of the project period, and you're looking for this to match what you are putting into Easy Grants. So once you've entered these numbers, you can click Save Values, and they've been added to your project. That's all you have to do if there is no activity type that matches the work that you're doing. So you can close out, and now let's create another activity. Okay, the next activity that we're going to create, let's do one that does have a available activity type. So once you've named your activity, click Save, and the system will create a new tile for you. Now we're going to open the Edit Activity modal, and this time we will go to the activity type and click Select Activity Type. And then we know by referencing the NFWF list that there is a activity type for public access. You can always just scroll through all of the options to find one that works for you. So confirm your activity type selection and then click Save. Next, we need to add a geometry. In FieldDoc, there can only be one geospatial data point per activity record. So if you're doing public access, you might need to have a representative site, or you may need to communicate with the NFWF team about if they want you to create a public access activity record for each location. So here I'm going to use a line. Actually, let's use a polygon in this instance. And let's just use our cursor to start to delineate that polygon. And once we have drawn or delineated that, it's orange, it means we haven't saved it yet. To save it, let's click outside of the polygon and it'll turn purple. What's really cool in FieldDoc is that we have this ruler available to you, so you can have that estimated practice area at your fingertips. If that's inaccurate, don't worry, you can go back to settings and enter in a defined user extent. And this is just a great reference point, another data point for everyone to use. So if that geometry was inaccurate, you can just enter in that defined extent. And just make sure to click Save. Next, we'll head back over to Metrics, and we will again select the Pact that we're working in and click Add Metrics. And you'll scroll through here and look for the metrics that align with the work that you are implementing. And again, this should match what you are putting into your Easy Grant application. So one example might be that you want to click one of these public access ones and just enter in that acreage again. You can click Save, and now it'll be added. There are no models here, so there's nothing that you need to put in. All right, let's close out of here and let's add one more activity record. So let's click Create again, and let's do a stream restoration. And click Save. And as you can see, we're still saying no geometry displayed. You may also see an update that includes like a bounding box of everything, and that will be replaced after you enter in the geometry information. So let's go in and do this for our third activity record. Click Edit Activity, and here we're going to go to Activity Type, select Activity Type, and here we're going to search by stream restoration. So as you can see, FieldDoc has quite a few stream restoration activity types that you can choose from. You're looking for one that is associated with the Delaware Watershed Conservation Fund. As you can see, these ones don't have a model associated with it right now, and that's important to point out for a future step. So let's go ahead and do some non-urban stream restoration. We'll select our activity type and save it. Next, let's go back to our geometry and let's delineate this stream restoration activity. And so here, let's use a polygon, a line. So another great tool that you have at your disposal is switching the background layer. I find this to be really helpful if I'm looking to use the vegetation on the landscape or the landscape itself to help me successfully delineate this location. So I'm going to just start clicking and draw that line. And again, I'm double clicking to end the geometry, and then I'm clicking outside of it to save it. It'll be purple when it saves. You can use that ruler to see how long that length is. And if that's inaccurate, you can use these extent settings to mark a different unit type. But I like this unit type, so I'm going to let it be. I'm going to actually head over to metrics now. And actually, I'm going to head to models just to point out that there is no model associated with the stream restoration in FieldDoc right now. That's because the model that we were using for the Delaware River Basin was taken offline by the modelers. That means that when you select your Pact and you choose which metrics to add, you may choose to manually add the total sediment and nutrients that will be reduced as a result of this implementation. To do that, you're just looking for these pounds of total nitrogen reduced, pounds of total phosphorus, and then tons of suspended solid. And you can enter in here any estimated reduction that you've derived from alternative calculators outside of FieldDoc. So we'll enter those in, and you may also have other metrics that you want to add that are available and referenceable in the NFWF metric guide. So once you have all of these, click Save Values, and you'll see them appearing here. And then you can close out because you've created all of the information that's necessary for each of these activity records. There's a couple ways that you can view all of this. One of my favorite options is to start on the overview page, and to start, just refresh FieldDoc. That will allow all of those implementation progress components to display on this overview page. And what's really cool is you can use these arrows to drop down and see the activity that is associated with this metric. This is especially helpful if you're completing the same metric, you're documenting that metric at multiple activities. So you can also go over to this atlas, and this atlas is going to show you each of the activities that you have created, the type of geometry that you have added, and it will show them all on the map. I think this is just a great way to double check what you have, especially if you're proposing multiple activity locations. From this view, you can also see those different programmatic metrics that you're reporting. So once this is done, you have all of your activities ready to go, and these roll-ups match what you have put into your Easy Grants application. Your final step in FieldDoc will be to click Submit. This means that the program managers are able to see this overview page and review your proposed work. Good luck.